What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Harrison, and we are going over the Resident Evil 4 reviews. They just dropped today. I wanted to wait towards the end of the day to take a look at everything just so we could get as many reviews as possible and get a good understanding of what and how good this game is. Because right now, it is sitting at a 93 on Metacritic, which is insane. I figured it would be. The demo that we got, the Chainsaw demo, was absolutely incredible. Such a good demo. Capcom does amazing demos for the Resident Evil franchise, and it played amazingly. It felt like RE4. You could feel the love and the dedication that went into the remake. It looks gorgeous. It's so much darker, so much more tense. All the enemies on screen is incredible. So I want to go through the reviews and see what people had to say with it. First review here, and there's a ton of hundreds. As I mentioned earlier, the replay value of RE4 is through the roof. Knowing how much time I put into Village, which has a fraction of the content here, there's plenty of fun and horror to be experienced. My hope is that many gamers can experience the remake on their own as I did, and have that feeling of playing it for the first time. As of now, Resident Evil 4 Remake has officially dethroned Dead Space as my game of the year. I would say, yeah, Dead Space right now is probably my game of the year. Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, Zelda coming out. That'll definitely be thrown it. But yeah, just a bunch of hundreds. I've had this new version for only a week, and I've already played it through completion 6 times. That's crazy because that game is probably one of the longer Resident Evil titles. Gaming Bold that Resident Evil 4 never misses a beat. Let's see, IGN. I tend to watch a lot of IGN content. That's just the easiest way to get everything you like in one app and stuff. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is the series' most relentlessly exciting adventure, rebuilt, refined, and realized to the full extent of its enormous potential. Yeah, I agree. Resident Evil 4 Remake improves upon a masterpiece in ways that will make it hard to go back to the original. It might very well be the most perfect horror action game I've ever played. That makes sense. I've tried to go back to RE4 relatively recently, and while it's still a great game, and that opening is one of the best of all time, it's definitely shows its age. The tanky, not quite tank controls, but the tankier controls you have in RE4 feels so much better in the remake. All right, so yeah, we kind of get a sense that this game is incredible and is going to be incredible. We're 1 week away. Cannot wait. So let's go down to DualShockers. Resident Evil 4 Remake asks the bold question of whether you can perfect what many already consider perfection. While fairly competent at the basics, Capcom's latest remake has the least creative energy of its series revivals, leaving you wanting for much more. Based off of all the stuff in the end, then like kind of the endless replayability, I don't know if I agree with this fraction of this review. It's subjective, right? It's an opinion. It kind of feels like they're just trying to say this in order to be different from the crowd, but of course, people can have their own opinion. But when everything is overwhelmingly positive, I mean, it's hard to. I mean, you got to look at all opinions and all reviews and stuff like that when it comes to this. But yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, I think this game is going to be fantastic, but we'll see. And then Silla Canera, I believe that's how you say it. In an attempt to make Resident Evil 4 with more modern sensibilities, it has left behind what made the original game so great to begin with. Again, from what the other reviews state and what I've read, not on this video, it seems to reimagine RE4 to the T. With better controls, visuals, and all that stuff. So again, I don't know. I don't know. Let's go to Destructoid 75. Back in 2005, I liked Resident Evil 4, but I didn't love it. Okay, well then you're probably not gonna like this game. The remake hasn't changed that. Unlike the Resident Evil 2 remake, which was revolutionary, Resident Evil 4's glow up is more of a faithful recreation rather than an overhaul. It changes just enough that if you love the original, I can't guarantee this will leave you unperturbed. Meanwhile, if you didn't like its first iteration, it's not impossible this will change your mind. The best I can say that is an earnest effort at recapturing the magic, and it's worth checking out. It remains, as always was, maddeningly inconsistent. I don't know if RE4 was inconsistent. I mean, that game was amazing. There were so many different set pieces and areas. I mean, the only middling part about that game was the castle part where you have to defend Ashley. And really, I just think that it comes down to, at that point, I mean, you have so much ammo that even if she gets nabbed, I mean, you can easily kill the enemies. That's like the only part I can remember being just like not super great, but everything else is pretty fantastic. So yeah, I mean, if you didn't like the Resident Evil 4, I wouldn't imagine, you know, the remake doing anything for you. But the 2 thing is weird because I thought 2 was pretty. I never actually played the original 2, but that was pretty close to the remake we got. Just obviously they enhanced visuals and it made everything better, right? So I don't know the complete differentiation between that. Same thing with like RE3. RE3 was pretty similar, but obviously they cut some stuff in RE3. But yeah, 4 seems like it's the best remake so far, but I don't know. All right, guys. Well, there it is. That is the reviews for RE4. I am super excited to play it next week. I haven't decided if I'm going to be streaming it here on YouTube or over on my Twitch channel. I'll link my Twitch channel just in case. I may just dual stream it. I'm not quite sure how streaming like affects channels and viewership and stuff like that. I'll have to research that a little bit more because I've heard some negative things about live streaming on your main channel. So I don't know. Not that it really matters. I don't, I'm not a huge channel anyways. So, but I don't want to, if I'm thinking about parting ways with streaming on YouTube, maybe this will be the way to jump it. So I plan on streaming the entire Resident Evil 4 experience. Hopefully we'll see. I'm not the biggest streamer in the world as far as like enjoying streaming while playing games. I have to kind of break that barrier. Hopefully RE4 can do that. I think that game is a lot of fun. So yeah, if you guys are interested in watching me play through it, check it out. Again, I'll link my Twitch in the channel below, but I'll probably end up dual streaming it, to be honest. But hope you guys like this video. Kind of recapping all the reviews. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you can. We're getting very close to 300. Hope you guys have a happy Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.